Hey guys, what's going on? I think it's my fourth video now. Yeah, I think it's my fourth video. So I kind of just do my videos on a daily basis. That I'm going to think of it more of like a calling basis of making the video like that. Like I don't have like a schedule of like things I'm going to talk about yet. I'm just trying to get something out there. And today I watched the video, and if it ever like correlates with something that I'm thinking about, or if I get a feeling like I want to talk about it, then what I end up doing is writing it down and then figuring out ways how I can make it into a video. And I don't have like I said before, I don't have like set things that I have set up for like the month, or I'm not trying to hook people in. Even I'm just doing videos, and I think it'll really be up to God if they're going to take off or not. It's not up to me. Like, I'm not going to try and push them at all and try and like push them onto people. I'm just going to put them out there and see what happens pretty well. But to talk more on today, so I see a lot on social media, people talking about motivation and discipline. And a lot of people see something motivating and they get like called like, dang, I really want to do that. Like, they just get like so hooked on it. And they're like motivated for that quick hit of like, that's something I want to do right now. And that feeling ends up going away. And then there's that like, I'd probably personally say it's like that opposite where you get the discipline. When you hear Mike Tyson, he's like saying stuff like, oh, I did the things that I hated kind of thing. Like, I did these things that I didn't really want to do, but I just did them, like that discipline. I did it, and I wrote down the definitions just so I could kind of get them out there. But motivation driven by external factors, a sense of obligation, or the need to achieve a specific goal. And then discipline. Discipline involves forcing oneself to do something, often against one's impulse. So those two factors that I saw, this video that I was watching, he spoke about these two things. I can't remember the guy, but it hit me. He spoke about another one called devotion. Now, I've heard devotion in the church as like being devout to something, like giving your life to something like Christ. But when I heard it in this sense, it made me think from a different perspective, not away from God, but more the fact that having that feeling of like a calling, maybe being devoted to something, not necessarily being motivated for something or disciplined in something, but being devoted to something because that that's something you're supposed to be doing. Like, you can feel it, like you get that feeling inside you. Like, there was a time, obviously I wasn't ready 10 years ago, where I was like, I'm going to do videos, but I never did them. But now I can sit in front of a camera and people are like, oh, don't you feel like cringe? Or like, doesn't it feel cringe? Or like, I can't do that, it's like too cringe, or I get camera shy. And I was like, you know what, like, I think I'm called to do it because I don't actually feel like cringe. I actually don't feel cringe. I'm like, whatever, like, I'm actually pretty happy to be doing this. So the one that I seen on devotion was, devotion is driven by love, passion. That's a strong word, passion. Love and passion, and a deep sense of purpose. And I was like, wow, like that's an eye-opener. Like, it really makes you think, like, driven by love, passion, and a deep sense of purpose. So when I heard that, do I feel disciplined in doing this stuff? Like, do I ever like kind of wake up and think, I know I've only been 4 days in, do I ever wake up and think like, oh, I don't really want to do a video? I was like, nah. Like, motivated, I wouldn't say I felt motivated to want to do them. I think I felt called to do it because I almost feel obliged. I almost feel like I have to do these. Like, I feel like I actually have to do it because I've come so far now and I've been through so much that I look back and go, it has to be said. Something has to be said. Someone has to talk. I have to talk. And when I see driven by love, passion, and a deep sense of purpose, what kind of makes me think that it's a devoted thing is, I want my content to be Christ-like. I want my content to be a driven page where people come to and they can go and listen and either get a sense of peace, or they can get a spark of devotion to what they want to do, or they feel a sense of purpose, or it might give them a calmness where they can go, you know what, like, I'm going to take a step back and really think about what I want to be doing. Christ-like, you know, I want to be doing something different. And when it says driven by love and passion, like, this was something that I always wanted to do, but I just never took the step. Because back then I was like, obviously I've grown over this last 9-10 years. So when you think about it, it's like over the last 9-10 years, I've come to now, the cringe factor's kind of gone. I don't really care. I'm talking about Christ. I love Christ. I love talking about that stuff. I could talk about that stuff for hours. You know, like I could talk about that stuff for ages. And I love talking to you and people out there, people who want to listen, and people who are like-minded and want to make a community where they can listen to this kind of stuff and feel, you know, I think the word's invigorated, feel revved up, like feel invigorated to want to do more, be purposeful, have love and passion into something that they really want to do, or they feel a calling to want to do something. So be devoted, or find something to be devoted to. Keep it Christ-centered. That is a major. Keep it Christ-centered. Be devoted to something. Motivation comes and goes. Discipline, that's a hard one. You know, I was always like that. I was like, oh, you know, like I'm going to be disciplined. But, you know, when I think about even like my eating, I'm a pretty boring eater. You know, like chicken, rice, oats and blueberries, you know, steak and veg, protein shakes, water. You know, people like, I couldn't do that. And I'm like, am I disciplined or am I just devoted to it? Like, I have a love for bodybuilding. I love bodybuilding. I think it's cool. I eat these foods and I don't think like, oh, I hate this, but I'm going to do it for the result. I actually don't mind eating like that. Like, that's just who I am. I actually enjoy it. Like, I'm just like, whatever. Like, I like the thought of the end result. Is it going to come soon? So that motivation of like, I'll eat good for now comes and goes. Motivation's out the window. You know, I get those little hits of motivation when I see videos, but you know, it doesn't stick around for me. I feel like I have a sense of purpose now. Like, and even when I get these little feelings of like, just these little feelings of like anxious feelings of like, oh, should I be making the video like this or like that? It goes away as soon as I think about it, making it Christ-like. It goes away straight away. Like, I think about people being outside my door listening, like, oh, listen to this dickhead, he's freaking doing cringe YouTube videos, and then I'm like, I'm keeping it Christ-like, and I'm like, whatever, like, it doesn't bother me, because a little feeling comes up, and I'm like, keeping it Christ-like, and it goes back down, it's gone. So, be devoted. Find devotion for something that you love and you have passion for. Like, I work in the mines now, and I do it because I have to, because I got to earn that money to pay my mortgage, pay my bills and all that. Like I said in my second video about the subconscious, conscious, you know, I'm more conscious now, and I'm coming to the point now where I'm thinking, you know, I'm happy to do the job for now, but I can feel it. I can feel something coming. There's a time coming where I know I can feel a spiritual shift. Let me put it to you that way. With all the things that have going on in my life right now, I can feel a spiritual shift. I can actually feel myself spiritually growing. And I know that might sound crazy to some of you, but I can actually feel that because I get a sense of peace in a place of recklessness, a place of pain, a place where it used to feel like the walls were coming in on me, but now I get a sense of peace through Christ, because I'm like, as long as I've got him, sorry, I'm still a bit sick, and I keep devoted to the purpose that I believe I'm supposed to be going on, and he'll correct me if I'm wrong, because he's doing that now with a couple of other things that I've got going on. I know that he's going to put me on the track I'm supposed to be on. So, sorry. Stay devoted. Think about the devotion side. Discipline, you know. you probably just end up doing it so much that you hate it, and then you're just like, I don't want to do it anymore. You don't know. Motivation comes and goes. Think about the devotion. I'm going to leave that with you. Sorry about my coffee. But, yeah, think about the devotion. I'll see you again tomorrow.